understand why people don't really like people count him out now. Just because I think it's because he's had a lot of surgeries and stuff. But anywho,
let's go.
Hey, why don't we go ahead and do this show that we scheduled for today? That seems like a good idea. Huh?
There's a show today?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are back for episode 33 of Idiots on a Mic. Doing pretty good for ourselves.
Doing all right.
All right. The McConaughey impression has made an appearance today. Hey, what are you drinking today, bud? What are you got over there?
Got a nice little, nice pink koozie here. I got one of them Bud Light lemonades.
Hey, those are pretty good though, aren't they?
Yeah, it's a nice can too. Good artwork. You know, they took some time into this. They were like, "Hey, we're hitting the seltzer game hard."
That's Anheuser-Busch for you. And I know for a fact we have discussed this, and you know that it's seltzer and not steltzer, and you are just doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on the steltzer game. And you know what, bud? I'm proud of you. You stand your ground. You keep doing your thing.
Everyone enjoys a good steltzer every now and then.
So for those of you who were not here last week, we had a pretty good episode. Talked a little different things. One of the questions I posed to you was if Smurfs are sad, what color do they turn? So we had some nice little conversation about that. We do have a clip from last week's episode that we will go ahead and play. However, I want to rehash an old episode question that I posed a while back because I think I in real life found the answer. Now my question originally was, what 3 things could you buy at the cash register to make the cashier laugh? Now, I did myself some service and I went through the self-service, which was a really good idea because I ended up getting margaritas in a can. Fantastic, by the way. Shout out to Cayman Jack for their capabilities to make that happen. Margaritas in a can, bananas, and condoms. So it probably looked like I was like a disgruntled sex ed teacher for like middle schoolers, where I'm like, I gotta show these dumb motherfuckers how to slap a condom on a banana again.
I'm gonna need a mark for this shit.
Yeah. Teach, what is that? It's my juice. Don't fucking
lemonade.
Worry about it. Okay, yeah. But it's like I didn't even put it all together until I was out, like in the parking lot, walking back to my car. Like, yeah, that probably was a weird scene for people who were paying attention. But you know what? It is what it is, man.
Have you seen the meme? It's like, yeah, my dad's been drinking White Claws on his way to work every morning, thinking that they were like sparkling waters in a can. And I'm like, that is hilarious.
He's like, wow, these sparkling waters make me woozy.
These are fantastic.
You gotta stay hydrated, you know. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, tell you what though, they taste great. Let's go ahead. Let's kick off our intro video. Let's get this thing rolling. We got big mystery show today. You and I each have 3 different mysteries that we're going to talk about.
That's right.
So let's kick it off, and then let's roll right into it.
If I give you a beer and you didn't finish it right on the spot, like we'd have
You're kind of
slaughter them all because now I know they're plotting against me, them motherfuckers. I'm on to you.
That was the most disgusting moment of Rod's life.
Next question.
There was a follow-up about a finishing move, but I'm not so sure I want to ask that.
Cheers.
Did you share it in time? I noticed that it wasn't playing once the video ended on your end. You're sitting there.
I just shift my beers around here, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got you. So like I mentioned last week, we had a pretty good episode. had a lot of conversation. I want to pull up a clip from last week's episode in our little "In Case You Missed It" segment. Let me grab this here.
Let's not. Okay, let's not. Like JFK's Harvard sweater is going up for auction. That's pretty neat. How about the fact that the guy got his brains fucking blown out in a convertible in, I think it was in Houston.
Does the sweater have the brains on it?
Yeah, it does. No,
The whole
Dallas.
Why would you want to own that? Are you gonna sniff it? Like what?
When I rewatched this, I noticed Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson just
I think
peeking
the
at us the whole
hope
time.
is that you breed another great leader. So we're starting to have the technology to be able to clone things, right?
That's where this comes in.
You have DNA from arguably one of the greatest leaders in American history. Do you go ahead and you clone that? Next thing you know, you bring him up in modern times too.
Listen. We cross his DNA with this man on the screen right here, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and we get an absolute stud of a man.
We hold on. Adequate. There's no longer adequate. Energy.
No, it's huge.
We create arguably the most dangerous apex predator that has ever come to be on the planet. And he probably fights everything from bears to communism.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, for sure. We had a nice little talk about what Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson would be capable of in intertwined with the DNA of George Washington himself. So will we ever see it in our time? Maybe not our time. Maybe another time. You gotta love it though. You gotta love
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
So here's the beauty of this: is I get to sit down like a dumbass, go back to the conversations that we had previously, and reclip, 2 or 3 clips a week, and I just get there and yeah, I remember that. We were talking about that.
I like going back and look at him because you could see me like trying to word like what I was gonna say about the JFK sweater thing. My initial response is gonna be like, all right, so he's like the creepy guy with women's panties. Is that what this is?
You're like, I probably don't want to do that. Not that. No, I mean, it's wild. It's just what we consider science anymore is wild or history. And hey, I have more of those. If anybody is looking for an "Idiots on a Mic" sticker, let your boy know because we still got a whole nother sleeve.
A whole sleeve.
So, part of the reason I have our good friend Built by Big Mace on here is one. If anybody would have trained The Rock other than himself, it probably would have been Big Mace. I can't think of another guy who would be able to build the sculpture that is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson other than Mason. The other thing is this is a public apology because I keep forgetting to order the shirt that we're supposed to get him. So Mace, if you happen to catch this, I still need to get your address so we can get that shipped to you. But that is in the works. We're gonna get you a shirt. We're gonna get you taken care of, buddy. We didn't forget about you. Shit's getting busy though, I got an engagement to work, figure out. We're trying to figure out wedding stuff. Oh yeah, look at this.
Getting into some stuff she shouldn't be. So,
well, now we have to let the people know this is the XXX portion of the show because you're going to show your puss on screen. Your unshaven puss on screen.
it is a hairy one.
So I happened to catch your or Felicia's picture of the cat. It was like prairie dog or cat, and her dad chimes in with, he's just kind of a bitch. And
it was meerkatting. That's what we were.
Meerkatting. Oh, meerkatting.
Yeah.
My apologies. My apologies. Well, I'll tell you what, man. Let's get right into it. We got a lot of mysteries to talk about.
Let's solve them. We gonna solve them. We gonna solve them too. We good. Let's go. Let's go,
I
baby.
mean, we have theories. We're not gonna. I don't think we're gonna solve them. But we have theories. So
Solved.
for me, one of my first ones is we talk about Easter Island. Okay. Everybody wants to think that, when we talk about Easter Island, everybody just thinks the Easter Island heads, right? Well, I want to talk to you about a little something. So this is I'm going to botch it, Rongo, okay? There's these texts.
Yeah.
There's these texts on Easter Island, and nobody has a fucking clue what they mean, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have here also. I also want to pull this up. I have a kind of written out text, if it'll let me pull it up, of what some of the hieroglyphs look like, and we don't necessarily know what they mean. However, just to give you a little example of what some of the text is. And it's pretty simple. It's pretty safe to say why we can't decipher some of this shit is.
Yeah.
Those
look like aliens.
I think 80% of these symbols are penises. P9.
Peanut. Wow. Look at that one. It's got like 2 hands and 2 feet. That's an awful peanut. Looks like a spear.
So I don't know if you've ever seen the meme where it's Lois Lane and Clark Kent and they're in the shower and she's like freaking out. She's like, "Why does it have pincers on it?" And he's like, "Well, to grab you during sex." And I just imagine that these people saw aliens who probably were not wearing clothes. We can assume that. They're too highly advanced to worry about clothes, man. So probably this one right here. Oh, that's an alien. That's an alien ding dong right there.
What? All right. So now we're gonna go over a lot of we have a few texts and stuff that's that we haven't been able to decipher, that sort of thing. What if? Now this made me think a lot, and I was thinking, I was like, what if ancient people were just like, you know what? We're just gonna fuck with future selves, and we're just gonna scribble some shit on here.
I see. Here's the thing: is I don't know that would be false. I just don't know because it's one of those things where it's something I would certainly do in order to screw with people. I mean, I screw with my that's drunk me fucks with yourself because they'll go ahead and put a glass of vodka over on the side table and tell me that, leave a note saying it's water. Make sure to chug that first thing in the morning. So you do, naturally. You trust yourself. And then you do it, and guess what? Drunk meat doesn't just fuck over other people. It fucks over myself as well. I got nobody's safe when it comes to what drunk Peppermint Maddie is going to do. You just don't know. But so they consider this text rongo, okay? And what that translates to is to recite, to declaim, to chant out. Now, realistically, this is probably just some native tribe of Easter Island that came up with these texts, carved them out into pieces of wood, and various things like that, and stone. I think they're in stone. Petroglyphs. I learned what petroglyphs were when I was reading this. I don't want to brag, but pretty fucking educated now. But it's just shrouded. I mean, how at this point have we not? And we talked about this before we got on the show. Yeah. Where's the disconnect between historical teachings that we have no idea what this means? Like, you would think someone out there would have been able to roughly translate this, and so far that person does not exist.
Well, that just blows my mind because I mean, we can date things back to a certain time and stuff like that, but like we just have all these mysteries and stuff and it's not due to like we can't see it or anything. Like it's here, a lot of them anyway. They're here. We just don't have the information to decipher it or to actually know what happened. Like how is that not passed down at some point, even in like a myth? You know,
there has to be a separate like stone journal somewhere that lays out what each of these glyphs means, and it's like maybe we just haven't found that piece of information yet, or maybe that bit of information was never written down. What if this was like some weird motherfucker, like some weird ass kid who didn't have any friends, so he created his own language, his or her own language, and now we think this is some sort of piece of historical text, but it's like, Dear Diary, today was fucking wild.
And how is it that this is the only piece with these exact glyphs? You know what I mean? Like how is that? Like that's I don't know. Fishy aliens took them.
I mean, here's the thing. So
probed them.
It says unsolved mysteries, but we're gonna go back and forth. Spectral segment, unsolved mysteries. Let's get her figured out, okay?
Did you see the thing looking up the Easter Island statues? Did you see the thing where like when they dug down, there was more to the statues?
Yeah, and it's like, okay, first of all, what tools were they utilizing to make that technology or to make those statues at the time? Because again, you said we can date it. Like,
yeah,
we can get the carbon copy, carbon blueprint, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah. Science. We got that
on a mic. Yeah. It's saying historians on a mic. We're bringing the phrase back. It's saying historians on a mic. It's idiots on a mic. What even the wood? Even the wood, we can date the wood.
Yeah.
We say it's from this time. Now they have since taken all of these tablets from Easter Island and they're in various museums. And I'm wondering if this is a situation like, what if we found them at different times, right?
Yeah.
What if we put them together? What if they formed together to create some like super tablet? And this is like another night at the museum situation where everything comes to life in the museum. What if they were all in one glass case and they just, and next thing you know, we got a night at the museum situation. Teddy Roosevelt's coming back to life.
What if aliens did come down and ancient shamans and stuff turned the aliens into stone? That's that Easter Island. And this is the inscription. If we read, it'll break the spell.
So they come back to life?
Yeah. They would be released from their stony prisons.
See, that's what gets me. Like, you watch Game of Thrones, right? And there's all this magic involved and stuff like that. Some of it's legit, some of it's bullshit. And I always have this thought in the back of my mind that, what if that stuff was potentially true? Like, it's just a lost art and people just don't know how to do it anymore. Maybe that's what the texts talk about. Maybe this is like incantations, enchantments, potions.
Dude, I mean, people thought tech was, sciencey stuff, or not sciencey, but like supernatural shit, I was like, all right, you know what? Give me Elon Musk on here. All right, he's got answers to these questions. I guarantee he does.
I wonder how often we would have to reach out to Elon Musk for him to finally be like, please if I come on your show, will you just fucking stop?
Apparently, he tweets back people a lot that are talking about like the whole Dogecoin phase right now. He's like tweeting back and shit, and it's like random people.
So what we're gonna do? This is gonna be a live happening here. We're just gonna ask Elon Musk. Hey, we have a lot of spectral questions. What are the chances we can get you on our small time show? And whoever's listening, the entire viewership can watch us get shot down and never get replied to, but we're going to reach out to him and see what we can do.
Just start tweeting him.
I know.
Man,
hey, sir.
Twitter.
Here we go. Hey, sir. We have a lot of spectral.
I don't know you, sir. Yo, hey, Elon. Hey.
Well, I'm pretty sure I've tweeted at him calling it an alien one. So if he happens to dive back into the archives, he's probably going to say no to coming on the show. But you know what? We'll give it a shot. We'll see what he's got to say. We'll get him on like old Joe Rogan did, where they're just smoking fucking joints and having a good old time. Good old time.
Yeah.
You know what I want to see? I want to see him use one of his flamethrowers to light a joint and then smoke it.
Ooh,
that's product. Listen.
That's
Elon. If you need a marketing guy, listen. Okay. Listen.
All right, Elon. If you need talent, I'm here.
Oh yeah,
and a pretty face. That's all I got.
All right. You know full fucking well we're neither of those things.
All right.
You're the talent. You're the talent. That's on me.
How do I click the share button?
Yeah,
we're talking supernatural.
So let's give Rod an opportunity. This is the first time Rod's going to share a video with us. Okay, so you can share your screen. You pick what tab. You go to Chrome tab. You pick which tab that video is going to play in, and then you share that.
All right, share screen. All right. Gonna share screen. Oh, hey, look at that. All right, now application window.
and listen, bud, you're doing beautifully. You're doing beautifully.
All right, am I doing good? Okay.
There's some color commentary with.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, let me add that to the stream there. There you go.
All right, here we go. All right, now. All right, hold on, it's loading. All right, this is an actual real thing. It's not photoshopped. It's actually like real. This shit really happens. And it just amazes me that we have no explanation for this at all. So I can make it full screen. Oh, okay.
Hey, that's Rye's beer. It's the dad
we're skipping it. All right, here we go.
You got volume for it or what?
All right, this thing. All right. This little ball lightning. It's a ball of lightning. This one might be a little fucky, but anyhow. So they have this like, it's just a ball of lightning that travels.
I have a theory.
Yeah. What do you got? Like, it's apparently lightning hits the ground. They think, and then something with silicone comes up and it just travels. I don't know. That was a horrible experience for share screen. Never doing that again.
You have a lot to learn, young.
What you got?
That's actually pretty simple. So we know that speedsters in the DC universe use the speed force. Okay.
Yep.
So what's actually happening is what you don't see. So that ball of lightning is moving at a slower rate of speed, right? It looks like it's trackable. And Mama Steel is right on the same page as me. It is the Flash. So the Flash at one point was on that track. Boom! He starts, right? That sonic boom he creates leaves a ball of lightning, and it just kind of follows him until it fades out.
I like it.
Scientifically, if anybody can prove that wrong, please be my guest. I doubt it.
Yeah, please. Yeah, let us know.
Because here's the thing. Well, here's the problem. The demographic that watches our show probably not very scientifically inclined. If I had to guess.
Nope.
I mean, you don't know. You just don't know.
You don't. I think it's strange that we can't explain. Like, we can explain how DNA and shit is passed from, people to people, and how like we can cure, or get vaccinations for, for shit that just happened last year. You know what I mean? Weird. FDA trials move faster than ever, but whatever. Anyhow, but here's my thing. Like, how can we not figure this out? All right. Is this just not a priority? What if we could harness that power, What if we could harness that and actually have sustainable energy from it? Who knows? I don't know.
Well, that's a good question.
Right.
So, but I'm assuming this phenomenon is fairly rare.
Correct.
If I had to guess, I wonder if it has. So it was that particular one was along railroad tracks. I wonder if the tracks have anything to do with that.
Yeah, there's been ones where it just floats. I think that one was photoshopped, actually. That wasn't a good
okay.
one. I didn't have a good one picked.
You just kind of fucked the people over.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, there's some crazy ones that it's like, just look up ball lightning and look up the videos. You'll see shit and it moves slowly.
Ball of lightning or just ball lightning? Because I feel like those are two different things. If I had to guess.
If you type the first one, you may need some antivirus software, but ball of lightning probably a little safer bet.
Yeah, you might be right. I don't know.
This is the wrong Flash video.
Hey, Flash is the fastest man alive,
I'm sure someone knows.
Oh, they call me the Flash.
I believe it. I've actually heard her call you that before.
I wasn't talking about. So, real quick, before I go on to my next one, I want to interject a quick dad joke for you guys.
Ooh, I like dad jokes.
Okay. You're going to like this one, I think.
Give me what you got.
Okay. Glass coffins, will they be popular? Remains to be seen.
Ha! Nailed it. Fucking beautiful.
And that's our version of dad jokes for today. So my second...
What you got?
Clean segue right into the next one, right? My second mystery is, without a doubt, probably the coolest. Okay? This is the Laos Plain of Jars, okay? And nobody really has a full explanation for this. However, one of the original tales, and I buy into this. This is the one I wholeheartedly believe, okay?
First of all, good for you, Graham. It's now on 4.5 feet of snow.
Graham, thank you for checking in. Still down in Florida. No mystery, you're down in Florida because you're having a good ass time while we're up here freezing nuts, making sure we got it. Oh,
as I think she's hinting that the Bermuda Triangle's down that way. So I mean that's pretty spooky too. But better stay out of it, Graham. Stay out of it.
So we've touched on that once before. I wanted to do something we haven't done before, so I went with the Laos Plain of Jars. So here's the original legend. Okay, a race of giants inhabited the area, and who were ruled by a king named, I'm gonna get this right, Kun Chung.
Oh, okay, all right.
I say I want to get it right, but I'm sure even just me trying to read it off, I botched it. So they won this like big battle, right? There was this fierce battle that took months, even years, for them to finally get through and come out victorious on the other side. So what do? They celebrate. These jars used to be filled with rice wine or like rice liquor, and they drank from these jars. That's the initial theory. Are you buying in? Do you ever think there was there? Now, this is one of the mythical creatures we haven't talked about before. It's giants. Do you think giants one time roamed this earth?
I don't know if they did. Why haven't we found any remains yet? Kind of suspicious.
What if we're mistaking like mastodon bones or giant bones as like mastodon bones?
Giant poop jar. Giant poop jar.
Beautiful. There's another theory. Yeah, there is another theory floating out there, floating, if you will, like a turd in a giant poop jar. So I mean, that's one concept is a real possibility. Now, what if? Okay, let's say they aren't giants. Let's say this is basically just a large septic tank, and nomads were just walking along the plains. And listen, there's a lot of people that travel these plains. We don't want to just poop out in the open, right? So what did people do? All throughout the plains, they just leave these jars. These are essentially ancient porta-johns, if you will.
Absolutely.
Dropping some old man knowledge on it. You have to believe there's things we haven't discovered. Absolutely. I mean, here's what was wild, and we talked about this as well before the show started. if you just Google like ancient mysteries or unsolved mysteries, there is so much shit. There's so much stuff that you can sift through. Like finding 3 was easy. I was like, oh, you know, there are going to be a lot of. I didn't want to do any mainstream ones. We kind of touched on Easter Island, but we veered a little bit to the scripts as opposed to the heads. And like, it was so simple to find 3 different mysteries that we just don't know about. And a lot of them are from the past. Now, I'm sure you've seen videos float around on like social media. TikTok's big on it where it's like unsolved mysteries. But like for me personally, I don't buy into the unsolved video mysteries because anything can be photoshopped, anything can be edited anymore. But give me stuff like this where there's just giant fucking jars in the plains of Laos, and have zero explanation for it. And this is what we're here for because we've got some imaginations. But
hey, someone's got to come up with it, you know?
We're going to form our own theories. So we're going to try to write this in stone, no pun intended, because we talked about scripts and stuff earlier.
Clever.
Thanks, buddy. So we're gonna create our own theories, and we're gonna try to shotgun them all over social media and see if these things kind of gain traction.
Here's my thing, and Perry's comment made me think about it. Not the poop jar, but Perry does a lot of beekeeping. What if they're just ancient beekeeping things?
So let me answer this. Another local story states that the jars were molded from natural materials, including clay, sand, sugar, and animal products in a type of stone mix. So it's not like they were actually like in a kiln and formed like that. They're basically just dead remains of shit plastered together. But they were also considered for travelers monsoon rainwater collection.
Oh,
Which
I like
again,
giant pooping jars better.
I kind of do too. And they don't even have to be giants pooping at this point. I mean, well, I don't know. That's probably bigger than the like a toilet with the seat set up. You know you can fall into that. So I guess it probably would have to be a fat ass to fit on that thing and jump on it.
That's why one's broke.
Could you imagine? So normal giants are normal. I say normal giants like that's an actual thing. Are sitting down to poop on this thing. However, one was so thick that it broke the jar.
Now the giants are just laughing at it.
Ha ha, unga bunga, you are big, very big. Now, I like this theory. Okay.
And
this kind of goes along with the original giant theory. Empty beer cans. Basically, the equivalent of empty beer cans for ancient times. For giants. It still has to be for giants. It has to be.
Of course. Made of organic material, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Giants, like, what's one of the things that they do in, like, you think of, like, Disney and stuff? Oh, they squash your bones and turn them into jelly and stuff like that. What if they're
thinking of an ogre?
Well, okay. What if they just squash bones to use it as a paste to hold together their fucking sand jar? I'm 2 for 2 on theories, but I'm just saying.
They're looking good.
Have to be right.
Looking good. Absolutely.
They have to be right. All right. What do you have for your second unsolved mystery?
All right. I got something that I don't really need the screen for it. But so in India, there's this giant temple, okay? And for the longest time, they didn't actually open it. It's been sealed. Well, recently they opened it and they found $22 billion worth of treasure in there, okay? And, you know, it took a whole day with modern equipment to open the vaults because it had like a series of vaults within the temple. And the temple was coated with gold, all right? But they got to one vault. It's called Vault B. And it's got like 2 dragons and shit coming off of it. And the first couple attempts, they weren't able to open it. And then the government shut them down. Apparently, it was made to be sealed forever. And it can only be opened by like a high priest or higher. And if you open it without having that priest, then a giant curse will be opened on the world and some great evil and shit like that. So I want to see what's in there. Let's get some TNT and find out.
It's just right on the door in big bold letters that says "Don't fuck with it," and Rod's like, I am gonna fuck with that.
I want to do this.
I am 100% going to fuck with that. So as you were saying that, I think this is why certain things have been lost in history. This is my theory on why things don't get passed down. I'm sure you've been in a job. Oh, you want to pull this up?
This is it right here. This is the vault door. Look at that thing.
Here, first of all, could you imagine how rich our nations would be now if this gold wasn't used to fucking make dragon doors and stuff like that? Think about how much gold has been wasted in history. For shit
absolutely.
Like
There's the temple.
For greedy corporate pharaohs. That seems like a very crackable temple, though. If we're being honest, like
apparently they said the first couple vaults took them over a day just to get one of them open with modern equipment, and I'm like, that's fascinating. I think they're trying to preserve it, and that's one of the problems too. You know.
I mean, is it a problem? Is it not a problem? Yeah. You know what? Fuck modern technology getting that door open. Our good friend Perry Davis is going to kick that thing right off the fucking hinges. You don't stand a chance, door.
Kick that dragon right in its mouth.
That's right. Go ahead and kick him right in the nut sack. Send that door a-flying.
Maybe.
Here, okay, so here's my theory. Here's why history has been lost. Because people who have information oftentimes don't want to share it.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. They're more valuable to the world, right?
Knowledge is power, baby. And I don't want to give that power up. That's why we lose this shit. Some asshole in every one of these unsolved mysteries has taken that shit right to his grave.
Yeah. And the crazy thing about the door is I don't think I know from what I've read, I don't think there's anyone today that's able to actually use like the chance and stuff to open it. Like those people are dead. Like, and no one has reached that level yet. So it's like, okay, so it depends. When India is severely struggling with money, they may just open it. They may just open it.
They're preserving that thing until they need that gold. They're like, fucking knock her down, baby.
What'd you spend the last $22 billion on?
They're like, hey, we have the modern technology to open this. We're giving them like dull drill bits and shit. So it doesn't go through any of the material. There's like, we'll just go into the nearest town and buy some more. I don't know how India works. It may work like that. But they go into town to they go to the Ace Hardware around the corner and they get drill bits. But guess what? Their government has dulled all of them because they need that gold for desperate times at some point.
That's right.
Motherfuckers have it? Absolutely not. No way. No, sir. What if they at some point they cracked it and they see how much gold is in there and they look around and they're like, all right, shut that. Let's fucking lock this up. Let's put a new door and a very impenetrable door on here so they can't get in there. Let's shroud it in mystery. Let's talk about all these ancient enchantments and prayers, whatever it is that they have to say to get in here. And let's go ahead and fucking forget about this thing for a while, huh?
Or just like with the Easter Island, they locked some aliens in there and locked her up.
What if? Hear me out. Years ago. Okay, so let's say at one point this was this brilliant temple, some pharaoh or king or whatever used this temple. years down the road, once it wasn't utilized and everything, there's a zombie outbreak. The only place we can place those zombies to where it would be impenetrable both to get in and to get out is this temple. Inside this temple is 100 zombies just pawing. Now they have like no flesh on their fingers. Their bones are worn out because they don't even think
No,
pawing at the
you might be onto something there. You might be on, like, because like if it's opened, they say a great evil is gonna take over the world, that sort of thing. What if it's like some sort of virus, like zombie virus, or what if it's something along those lines that they just contained and threw all their people in there and was like, all right, seal this bitch up.
Okay, let's look at this. Let's look at this on the reverse side. What if it's like the texts are misread and actually the Messiah is hidden in here? And if we open it up, like with the way 2020 and 2021 have gone, maybe this would spread peace on earth, and you walk up to the doors and it's like muffled Jesus going, but nobody's opening the door because they misread the text and they think it's like, no, great evil.
Why the hell you got dragons and a demon at the top of your door? What's going on here? Pretty misleading.
Well, he fights demons and dragons, so naturally, like he's sealed in by demons and dragons.
Maybe it's the demons and dragons that sealed him. I'm gonna get crazy.
All right. Wait,
What you got? Number 3. What you got?
Oh, son, Jesus is over there in India hanging out.
Yeah, it's Buddha, I believe.
I think that's also wrong.
Yeah, I think the temple is the Vishnu, I want to say, but I'm not sure.
Vishnu? Yeah,
that sounds about right.
Vishnu is one of the gods.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what the temple was for, like originally built.
For like Islam or Muslim or something along those lines. Okay.
I don't know.
My third one, also about hidden treasures.
Ooh,
He does.
By the way, when you hear about this, don't you just want to become a treasure hunter? And then you're like, oh, wow, that probably costs a lot of money.
Absolutely, yeah. Like, unless somebody's funding this, there's no fucking way I'm doing this. There's no way. I'd be willing to bet in our lifetime we come across some ancient artifact that has magic powers. I'm calling it.
I'm thinking we come across some artifacts that are like, that's definitely aliens, no doubt about it. This shit uses plasma for ammo. All right, we don't have that yet. There's got to be aliens.
Okay, my third one, and this one's actually close to home here. Okay, the Beale ciphers, Beale, Beale ciphers. Okay, 3 different texts, 3 different cryptographs, they call them. What are these cryptographs about? Well, supposedly there's $43 million worth of gold and silver hidden in Virginia somewhere.
We just go over with a giant ass fucking, like helicopter with fucking X-rays.
Bye to the town of, bye to Bedford County, Virginia.
Get it out of here.
We don't find that shit, yeah. Whatever land Bedford County, Virginia is founded upon now no longer exists in my eyes, because
is it like riddles? Is it like riddles or what?
Well, that's a good question. Actually, let me show you. It is 3 ciphered texts. Let me see if I can zoom in on these a little bit.
The answer is 3.
If technology, I don't think that's enough. So it's literally just numbers.
Mm-hmm.
It's just numbers, a variety of numbers. Which, here's what I don't understand. Supposedly, of these 3 texts, we deciphered one of them, which tells us the contents of the treasure and a very vague, that's why it's an entire county, Bedford County, Virginia, a very vague description of where the treasure is hidden. Supposedly, the other 2 talk about the location.
Mm-hmm.
and more or less directions on how to get to that location. So let me. But here's one of those things. Here's another asshole holding on to information. So Mr. Thomas J. Beale buried this treasure there in Bedford County, Virginia. Okay, at least this is all theoretical. Here's the thing: what if some dickhead just wrote a bunch of with commas between them? And he's like, they're like, hold on, wait a minute. This is just pi. Like this is the 3.1415. It's just all written out, but he put random commas in places, so we think it's like this hidden ciphered text. And we've been trying to decode it for really. I don't know who the asshole who came up with Bedford County is, but that's not even actually correct at all. Like, how do we know? There's no way to even know if that's correct. There's no possible way to know if that's correct.
No, absolutely not. That's like what is it? The guy that buried his like a couple $1 million worth of gold in the Appalachians.
It was randomly like putting out ciphered texts on where it was and everything. Yeah.
You know, you show me a picture of you burying that shit, and then I'll be like, all right, that's real. I ain't going hunting for something that ain't real.
So supposedly, at least this is theoretical because we haven't been able to decipher any of the other two texts. How
can we not when we deciphered the first page?
I don't know. We deciphered the second page. That's what's weird. It's not even the first.
Wow.
It's not the first or the last. We somehow deciphered the middle page. Now, whether they're in order, I don't think we know exactly. This might just be the order of when we found them, not necessarily the order that they're supposed to be in.
Mm-hmm.
So the other two is the exact location and the original owners and their kinship. So some motherfucker out there named something Beale is a 43 millionaire, and he'll never know. We'll never find the shit.
So if you find the treasure, is it their kinships? It's not even yours?
No, because there's laws about ownership and things like that. If it's not in your possession with a certain amount of years, then it's technically somebody, like whoever comes upon it, basically. That's actually true. I think it's like within like 5 years.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, I'm finding this. I ain't telling no one. I'm selling it off in pieces.
All of a sudden, like, wow, Rod, where you're recording from? That's a nice room. Where is that at? Oh, this mansion in the middle of nowhere that all of a sudden I have.
You mean this Vault E that I have here?
Where I happen to find another $1 billion.
Yeah.
So Mr. Thomas Beale himself is the one that held all this information. However, there's a chain that this actually went along to. So he has the 3 texts. He goes to a local innkeeper, supposedly Mr. Robert Morris. Okay? He gives the box full of these 3 texts to Robert Morris. Doesn't say anything about it. Hey, can you hold on to my belongings? Boom, all of a sudden he's gone, whether, if he dies or whatever. Robert Morris doesn't open that box until 23 years later. Looks at these notes and is like, what the fuck is this? So he gives it to one of his friends decades after that. So we're talking 40, 50 years now. Okay? His friend spends the next 20 years trying to decipher these texts. He gets one of them. How he gets the second one, if they're in order, I don't know. One of the only theories I really found about it was more so about who actually wrote them than anything else. So people theorize that Edgar Allan Poe actually wrote them. It's kind of like Edgar Allan Poe was really big on like cryptographs and trying to decipher things, but supposedly in the text that we were able to decipher, and I say we as in you and I were able to decipher, is it makes references to like Civil War and stuff like that, or I think it was a Civil War, which Poe wasn't alive for. Not Civil War. I'd have to double check and see which war it was. So they basically immediately debunked that theory. Yeah, so he died before some of the references that were made in the text actually happened. So unless Edgar Allan Poe was ahead of his time and he was a time traveler or some shit like that, it wasn't him. That's basically the only theory they have. They know it's somewhere in Bedford County, Virginia. They're not entirely sure why it's there. Maybe Beale was a pirate or something like that. Who fucking knows? But $43 million, Bedford County, Virginia. Go ahead and bury it. See you later.
You think that town's like tore up from like tourists just digging the hell out of it?
See, that's the thing is like the only time I've ever heard of the Beale ciphers is actually trying to look this up. So I wonder how, first of all, how factual it is. Maybe I've been bamboozled. Maybe I've been had. Maybe old Peppermint Matty has been had with some random ass bullshit story.
More like Peppermint Hattie.
Oh, because they had. Yeah. Got him. Yeah, I don't know. I like to think there's a lot of buried treasure we don't know about. I'm a firm believer.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, if you just watch some of those documentaries on Netflix, they talk about like I think it's like if you drain the oceans or something like that. And they talk about the Gulf of Mexico being like, there's tons of ships and stuff in there that we just haven't discovered yet. And eventually we will, maybe.
I doubt it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, eventually we'll come across them, like by accident, not on purpose.
How long, we touched on this a couple times before. Why are we not scouring the ocean more?
There's nothing we need down there.
You don't think so? Buried treasure.
Well, yeah, but I mean, governments don't give a shit about buried treasure. They can just print more money and, you know what I mean? Like, they already got a lot of money. Why spend money looking for stuff? It probably costs them more than, would find it. So they're like, I don't care. We're going to worry about taxing people and shit like that.
And here's how I know you're from the great U.S. of A, baby. Print some more. Let's fucking go.
That's right. That's right. Give me my stimulus check and move on.
All right. What do you got for your last Unsolved?
All right. So in roughly the 14th, 15th century, somewhere around that time, there was a book called the Voynich Manuscripts. And they believe it was wrote like during the Italian Renaissance, but it wasn't actually acquired until 1912 by some bookseller or someone got it. And then it came to light. All right. So we're going to share this screen real quick right here.
Because you're so good at that.
I'm getting better. All right. So as we take a look here, no one actually can read anything on this at all. Nothing. And there's pictures, we got a little sword and a globe thing here. Who knows what that means? And all this text. And this book is like thick. I don't know how big it is, but it's you might as well be like a Bible thick, all right? But we don't understand. We can't decipher anything with it or anything like that, except it's got all these pictures. And some people think maybe it's like talks about like ancient medicine, shit like that. But we don't know. Like, what is this? What is it? Like, threefold? Like, it's got to be something important, right? Like, you got this thing over here, looks like a germ cell, and then it goes to, I don't know, defense mode, and then sweet baby Jesus comes out. I don't know. All right.
Hold on. Go back a second. Hold
on. I got to find that. All right. There we go.
Okay, so this far left one here.
Yep.
All the models for COVID-19 look very similar to that.
Maybe it's a warning. Oh, gosh. What am I doing? Okay. It's a warning, all right? It's a warning. And then when we try to fight it, it defends itself. Okay. And then we all see Jesus.
Now, I wonder if that last one there talks about Vault B at all, because that might be our Lord and Savior. It's locked in a temple somehow, some way.
And then you got this. Like, what is this? I don't know. It's a picture of some women. I don't know. And I don't know what that is. I'm not going to keep randomly clicking on Google Images because that seems dangerous. But you get my point.
Yeah. All right, let's see where this goes, huh? What's behind door number 1?
After 4 clicks, I'm good. I already pre-screened them.
Lightning
Yeah.
balls. That's what we're supposed to look up, right? Lightning.
Lightning balls. Lightning
Ball,
balls. You know.
ball lightning. Ball lightning.
Nope. Balls of lightning.
Of lightning. Okay.
You might get some weird photoshops there.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, and again, we really hammer down the fact that where are these texts coming from? Is this like cinema? Like, think about it. Is this something that somebody created in their mind for entertainment purposes, and we have taken this at face value as something that has actual meaning? Some doofus is rolling over in his grave like, this is a playwright I made up years ago with a false language for entertainment purposes. And people are using this as like ancient text for medicine and shit.
This is even crazier because, like, all right, the Easter Island stuff, like all the ones we've been talking about are way in the past. This was 1400s, 1450s. In the grand scheme of things, that's not that long ago. And how do we not know anything about this? And that, I don't know. Call me crazy.
You're crazy.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. So, yeah.
Hey, that's why you and I are here. Hey. I don't know. It's weird. Something to think about. Something to think about. Yeah.
Anyone listening, give us any of your crazy shit, you know?
Wait. It's going to be a while before I actually dive into this book, probably, because I'm only like 50 pages.
Gotta learn how to read. Yeah, we know.
In the Robin. Well, yeah, there's that too. I'm like 50 pages. I'm only like 50 pages into the Robin Williams biography. Yeah. Very good so far. But I bought a book that says, literally the title is "Are We Being Watched?" And it's like a picture of space on the cover. And if it's not like, I'm not so sure one of us in a previous lifetime didn't publish this book, because that's what we are all about on this show. So maybe we try to reach out to this author and see if they can do something for us, answer some questions. But
maybe we're the author.
Time travelers.
Travelers.
See, if I was a time traveler, I would make my name very obviously a time traveling reference. I would find a way. I don't know, like
Marty McFly.
Yeah. Doc Brown. Yeah. It would be very obvious that I am in fact a time traveler.
Like the alien Hugh Man.
Yeah, we're on you, Hugh Man. By the way, Hugh, I haven't seen anything about Hugh Man coming out and making statements about that article that he wrote, because that was plastered all over the internet. You think this man would have come out and said something? Haven't seen anything yet. This author just shows up, writes an article about how there's ancient shit in the ground, and then he disappears. What's that about?
That's right. Saying it's not alien related.
Yeah. No. Like, literally the subtext for that title is not alien related, and we're like, that seems pretty suspicious. I don't.
All right, nice try, alien.
Yeah. All right, Hugh Man. What other articles have you written? How to act like a human in society. Yeah. Wait a minute. Not alien related.
It's actually the counter to your book. You're not being watched.
Yeah. Fuck. They're on to us. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to do another mysteries episode. I actually thoroughly enjoyed it.
I did too.
There's a lot of weird shit that we could find. And we just bounce bullshit off the walls all the time. I'm not so sure any of these theories are completely false, though. So,
well, no one can tell us we're wrong because they're unsolved mysteries. So,
let's now just try to plaster one of our. Yeah. I want to create a fake website to be like, all this shit has been found.
Hey, if any of this comes out and we are true, we can say we were the first ones to theorize it.
Yeah. I need to figure out how to date stamp this video so we can go back and be like, look at it. It's right there.
Would you just look at
it? Yeah. But, yeah. I don't know. Anyways, we'll wrap it up there. We got our 3 theories apiece in. Pretty good episode. And
I enjoyed it. That was great.
One person I want to get, sort of. I want to kind of anonymously give them a shout out. So I'm wearing a shirt that says "Nobody Fights Alone" with a cancer ribbon on it. I don't want to necessarily say the name of the little girl or the family, just because when you talk about idiots on a mic, it's, not everybody wants to associate with being vulgar or immature like we are from time to time. So I'm not going to say any names or anything to necessarily associate with us directly. However, there's a little 3-year-old girl who was believed to be in remission for brain cancer. However, it has come back. And so their family is going through some tough times. So if somehow, some way they see this and they know who I'm talking about, if they see their design, their shirt, kudos to them. And we only wish you the best. And we promote cancer prevention all throughout our show. So, and in fact, a great opportunity for us to kind of talk about. We have our Idiots Against Cancer shirt as well on our Bonfire store. So bonfire.com/store/idiots-on-mike-merch / at the end there. You can go there and you can get our Idiots Against Cancer shirt. Like I said, we kind of teamed up with our CBDBrothersUSA.com friends, Sexy Steve and Vegan Steve, to be able to promote that. So make sure you guys are checking that out. And if you guys happen to come across one of these Nobody Fights Alone shirts, I highly recommend getting you one. By the way, their merch is better than ours. But I gotta tell you, this thing is clean. But kudos to them. I know it obviously cannot be easy what they're going through. So keep fighting that good fight, and we hope all is well. And we hope to see your little 3-year-old girl come out on the other side of this. We support you. I know there's a lot of people that do support you, not just in brain cancer, not just in child cancer, but just cancer in general. Fuck cancer, man.
Absolutely.
We'll see if Bonfire will let us get away with making a "fuck cancer" shirt, but probably not. But we'll see what we can do and try to get something like that out there, because I think people share the same sentiment that we do in that regard.
Oh, absolutely. And T's and P's with that family, just all that. And you got to think too, the little kiddo, 3 years old, beat it once. Hey, who said it can't be done twice? And then once she gets through this, life, she'll be all right handling anything else life can throw at her, because, that's the hardest fight you're ever going to have. So thoughts and prayers there. The only shout out I got, I'm going to end it on a high note. We talked about 2021 being good people, all that shit, take control, of your life and everything. Hey, we got a lot of snow here in Ohio. Okay. I drive a Buick. It's a front wheel drive, and it gets stuck on pavement. All right. This thing gets stuck everywhere. But I'm stuck under about, I'd say probably about 8-10 inches of snow. And I'm like, all right. So I go out there with my shovel, and lo and behold, my neighbor's wife actually comes out and with a bobcat, plows the driveway. It's awesome. Saw someone help me out. That was great. Didn't ask anything like that. I don't talk to them a whole lot. Good people. But so I tried to pull out yesterday. Got my car stuck. I didn't have nowhere to go. Left it. This morning, trying like hell to get out of there. The husband comes over and he goes, "You want me to pull you out?" That would be fantastic. And I'll tell you what, I didn't ask them for anything. They just came, helped me out. That's good people. And that's what this world needs more of. Good people helping each other out. And, just kind things. Someone commented on one of my posts that said, it's a powerful thing when you do something because you do something good because you can. And you're damn right that horseshoe's there. That's right.
I think you're right. And somebody commented on your post that was like, people who have the ability to do something and do it.
Yeah.
That is powerful. That is very powerful.
Absolutely.
And it's not a recognition thing. Like nobody's looking for recognition. We're just looking to be people to other people.
That's right.
If you need help, help somebody. If you're able to help somebody.
Yeah, I mean, if you're able to and you can, do it. I mean, it's not that hard. And I'll tell you what, neighbor's pretty cool. So,
but which, by the way, I want to just toss this out right now. So, my lovely fiance is going to pick up Chick-fil-A for dinner, and she just happens to inform me that Chick-fil-A caters. So, for all of you who are going to be invited.
Chick-fil-A.
We're starting a petition. If you want, let us know.
just DM me. I'll get it to Matty Ice. I still gotta get signatures for it now.
We'll go ahead and for today. Thank you all who chipped in, who listened in, who chimed in at some point or another. We're grateful to have you guys on. This will undoubtedly be one of hopefully many unsolved mystery episodes, which here's the thing. As we keep growing older, I think these unsolved mysteries are just going to keep coming out of the woodworks, man. Like, hey, what the fuck is this? This got weird writing in it. We don't know shit about it.
That's called dementia, bud.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Oh, that's English. Okay, never mind. Thank you guys again. Thank you, Graham, for always checking in on us from somewhere warm, somewhere nice. Real fucking sweetheart you are.
Oh, absolutely. I got a convertible top down.
I know. Palm trees.
Yeah.
Just bopping to some old hits and a Beach Boys or some shit. Like, just having a good old time, spending money on nonsense and whatever. Meanwhile, we're here freezing nuts.
Hey.
Right?
Yeah, you go outside, it's like Groundhog Day. I ain't gonna see it for 6 more weeks.
Thank you guys again. Thank you to our good friends and sponsors, CBDBrothersUSA.com. Check it out. They're still running their promotion. Idiots on Mike for the coupon code, 25% off and free shipping. We can't.
25. That's right.
Nobody's doing that shit. Not in this time.
No one.
Not in this time.
No one. Most people money hungry. They just want to help you. They just want to spread the love. All that good shit.
Yeah, I got a real situation to deal with here. I got a fucking dog that's chewing shit. So we'll wrap it up there again. Thank you again, everybody, for chiming in and listening to us. And as always, to you, to your friends, to your family, to your family's friends, to your friends' friends, to your buddies, to your boys, to your ladies, to your girls, to your mom, to your dad, to your aunts and uncles, to your grandparents.
Cheers!
Cheers to you all.